welcome back to the Geek Easy Lounge, fellow geeks, where now we will be talking about Slumber, number 1, published by Image Comics, written by Tyler Burton Smith, and illustrated by Vanessa Cardinal. This is kind of like a comic version of Dreamscape and a murder mystery. Or, for those of you who aren't old fogies like me, how about Inception? Same concept. We have... What it is there is a group of people who can go into people's dreams and help get rid of nightmares. Things that are bothering you in your dreams, and they can go in and get rid of them. We're also having... So we have those people, and we also have a murder mystery where 7 people so far have murdered people while they're in their sleep. The people who committed the murders say that they went to bed and then when they woke up, they had murdered somebody. And on the walls, it says something to the effect of, I seek the Dream Eater. Okay. And then, they always find a card of that person there. And so you have the detectives, one of whom is, what is his name? Detective Finch, who is sort of on suspension, but he's called in to help with these murders because he knows about this type of stuff. And then we get to the people who go into the dreams. This is someone's dreams here. And we are introduced to the person who goes into the dreams. That's the woman there with a shotgun. She goes in, she finds the problem as the person having the dreams discusses and gets rid of the problems. And she sees these symbols in there and she's like, oh, she's back. And these are the same symbols that were written on the walls at the murders. So then we switch back to the detectives talking to a guy, the 7th person who's gotten up and murdered somebody. So it's a really interesting setup because they're following two or three different stories going on here that are gonna, come together at some point. And I love the whole concept of this and where it's going. The only problem I have is the artwork. If you look at the artwork, it is rather kind of cartoonish. like Saturday morning cartoon type of art at best. And that does not fit the story. You need, for this type of story, it's meant to be kind of supernatural, exciting, and there's some funny parts to it as well. But for that subject matter, you need a little bit more, I don't want to say realistic, but better art, more, natural art as opposed to Saturday morning cartoonish type. Now, one thing that they could do, and I was discussing this with a friend of mine, is for the real world type of things, they could have the more natural, better art. And then for the dreams, which is here, you could have that type of art, which will help distinguish the two worlds. I mean, not as if, it's not like we have a problem distinguishing which world is which, but as an artistic choice, you could do it that way. But to have the art that, I don't want to say childish per se, but to have it this way, I found it a little distracting. Because it's not, like I said, it's not suited to the story and the subject matter and the type of book it is. So that knocked it down a little bit in my perspective. I'm definitely going to get the next book. I recommend reading it, but you should not expect, unless you like that type of art, I think you might be like me and find it a little distracting and take it down a little bit. So I'm going to give this a 3.75. 3.5. I'm going to give it a 3.5 and still give it a recommend to pick up because it's interesting. So let me know in the comments below what you thought of it. If you read it, like, subscribe, and most of all, enjoy your comics.